Hey ladies, it's Tasha, your Younique presenter. Today I thought I would make a video on how to do your base makeup. That would be your primer, your BB Flawless, your blusher, your bronzer. Because I woke up and I have quite a bit of just random acne. Most of it's on my chin. So I figured it'd be a good time to make a good cover-up makeup tutorial. So I'm going to start with our rose water because I think it helps my makeup set better. It smells amazing. And it also, I think it helps moisturize my skin because it's pretty dry right now. So I just start with a few spritzes of that. And just kind of let that set for just a couple seconds. And then I will follow it with our Glorious Primer, which is amazing. It does come in a tube now. It's no longer the glass bottle, but that's okay. So I use about maybe one and a half squirts of that. And I will apply this to my whole entire face. And a little bit does go a long way with this. So you really don't need a bunch. One squirt would probably be sufficient. But because my skin is just a little bit drier right now, I went ahead and did 1.5 just to help it moisturize up a little bit. I hate when my face feels super dry. And you want to make sure you get this on your eyelids too, because it'll help set your eyeshadow. Okay. So I am going to start with our BB cream and honey. I don't always use the BB Flawless. The only reason I am using it is because, like I said, my face is feeling dry and it helps just lighten it up, make it feel not so tight, I guess. So you really don't need much. Maybe like that much. About the size of maybe a pea. And I am using it in honey. And we do have a nice foundation brush that you can certainly use with this. I prefer my fingers for just a lighter finish. For some reason when I use the foundation brush, I think it's a fuller coverage, but it just feels a little heavier on my skin than what I want it to. And did I tell you I'm using honey? I'm using the honey. It comes in 6 different shades. Alright. So once I got that done, then I use our Touch cream foundation. I use it as a concealer. We do have a powder concealer, and it works wonderful too, but I like the cream better. And I do prefer the little brush for this. I don't know why I always tend to get breakouts on my chin. It's like the most annoying place, I think, to get them. And this is also a step where if you have really dark circles or anything under your eyes that you want to conceal, this is where you would do that. You just do it like I'm doing right now. I don't really have dark circles, but I'm just kind of showing you how you would do it. And you want to pull it kind of at like a triangle. And this goes into the contouring. I'll do both so they at least match. Because what this does is it puts more light to create more angles on your face. So it kind of hides any like bags or any dark circles that you may have. Okay. So once I have that done, and again, what I've just done is all steps that sometimes I do skip depending on my skin, but today my skin just feels a little worse than what it normally does. So now this is how I normally do my skin makeup. When it's just a normal, I don't have many breakouts, it's not super dry. I always start with the rose water and the primer though, so the BB Flawless and the Cream Touch were the only extra steps that I did add in. So this is the Chiffon, the Touch Powder, the pressed powder. And this is seriously like Photoshop in a compact. Like, it is a crazy, awesome powder. I've never found a powder something like this. I feel like for a powder, the amount of coverage that it gives is amazing. And it's so lightweight. I'll just do half my face so you can kind of... Do you see a difference? I mean, you can actually like see the pores still over here. Oh. And then over here, I mean, everything looks so smooth and flawless. Alright. Alright. I always end up with little powders all over me. But they brush off. Pretty simple. Alright, so there is my basic foundation. And then I always like to go with a blush and a bronzer. If anything, I go for a blush. Sometimes I don't use bronzer. These are the two that I like right now. This is the Sweet Blusher, and this is Hermosa. If you don't know what color to get, these two are like, the Sweet Blush is the most, I would say the most common. It's the most tame, most natural looking. And then the Hermosa is actually one of the darkest, but I just like the color. It complements the way I do my blush the best. I do my blush like a 3. It almost creates like a sunburny look, just to make it look like you've been out in the sun. So that's why I like Hermosa, because it has like a touch of red in it, which kind of complements the way I do the blush. Okay. And then I take my poof, and then I just go over kind of what I just did. And I actually use the same poof that I just did my powder with, because the powder mixes in with it to help blend it out some. And then each time I use it, I rub it on a paper towel to get whatever color I picked up from the blush off of it. So the next time I'm doing my makeup, I'm not putting it on. Alright. So it kind of just adds subtle color. Like, it's not a ton of color, but it does give some color the way I do it. And then, I mean, occasionally I will go back through and put a little more blush, like, to look like actual blush. But I usually just like the little sun-touched look. But that's my video for today. And I'll go through real quick again what I just used, and I will also list them down at the bottom. I went through the rose water to help calm my skin, to give it a little bit of lightweight moisturizer, to also make my skin not feel so tight. I used the Glorious to help set my makeup, also to create a perfect primed surface for my makeup to go on. I used the BB Flawless in Honey, and it was used as a lightweight kind of a moisturizer. And then I used the Taffeta Cream Foundation as a concealer, with our concealer brush. I use the pressed powder and chiffon as my all-over powder. I use the mineral blusher in Sweet. And then I topped it off with the Hermosa bronzer. Alright, well that's this tutorial. Stay on the lookout because next I will be doing an eye and a lip. See you guys!